All right, Jake, go ahead.
All right, welcome back. Tyler and I did a pregame show before the game. We gave you reasons why the Packers could win. Needless to say, whatever the naysayers had to say that we weren't going to win, we were going to get blown out, this team was going to look like crap, Jordan Love sucks, he's not the guy, blah, 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 I don't care, fire Matt LaFleur, fire Barry. The Packers came away with a W today. A gritty win. They still had some mistakes. They still have some things to clean up. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't beautiful, but they figured out a way to win. And that's the growth of this team that we've been talking about. Last week, we talked, okay, we keep ending up in these close games. We have to figure out a way to get on the other side of this, get on the win column side. And today they had an opportunity to do that. And I love Matt LaFleur trusting the defense, by the way. That was a ballsy move, making them wait all their time out, punting it deep. Man, we were a couple steps away from downing that thing inside the 10 too.
I know.
Would have been tremendous. But welcome everybody who's watching. We're gonna give a little context. You guys can add your comments in there. That's why we're doing this live. Give us your thoughts. What you think? What do you think needs to improve? What do you think improved from last week? I mean, we're gonna go over it all, I think. So, Simon, how'd you feel, man?
I mean, it's been a sweaty fourth quarter year for us. A lot of close games, a lot of hype. I thought overall it was Jordan Love's probably. I mean, I don't know. I think this is like the third week in a row that third in the last 4 games where we're like, this is Jordan Love's best game of the year.
Yeah, that's fair.
First 300-yarder, man.
Yeah,
love to see it.
I think that was they said it on TV. It was like their first 300-yard game in like a
27 games.
27 games. That's what it was.
27 games.
December 12th of 2021.
Yeah, which I don't really care for. Like, I don't keep track of passing yards that much. I don't think it's all that important.
Points over touchdowns.
Yeah, but yeah, Jordan Love he was slinging the ball today a little bit.
Jordan Love, 27 of 40 for 322 yards and 2 touchdowns, a 108.5 rating. Jaden Reed was the leading rusher, 3 carries for 46 yards. Dontavian Wicks, the leading receiver, 3 for 91. Romeo Dobbs, 5 for 53 and a touchdown. That's his 7th touchdown of the season. Jaden Reed also 4 catches for 46 yards. I mean, you look up and down the Packers roster. I mean, I don't really know where the complaints come in today. I really don't. I really don't know where the complaints come from today. Brett said, hey there from Charlotte, North Carolina. Remember, Packers fans, at least we're not the Panthers. We talked about that this morning a little bit.
They are horrible, dude.
So I want to say, first things first, on beating the Chargers, the tank for draft pick people are in shambles.
They are.
They are.
And I just want to say this. You look at the Packers roster and you look at the Chargers roster and you see the Packers roster full of first and second year players and a couple of veterans sprinkled in. And then you look at the Chargers roster that is absolutely loaded. These two teams have the same record.
Yeah, they do. So
that now, Simon, you threw something out there in the old chat, and I wanna let you bring it up because then I want to say something about it.
Off the top of my head, I can think of 4 drops by the Chargers wide receivers, and all of them felt like pretty clutch situations.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna wait before I get to that. I'm gonna get there. Okay. So the drops thing. First on the drops. Does context only matter when it benefits the Packers?
Yes.
Whereas other teams, when the Packers have drops, then it's all the Packers suck, and the other team, doesn't get lucky because of it. But the Packers get lucky because of it, because it benefited them. That's the thing where like it's an in spite of it thing. And Vincent said, "Why are you waiting to fire his ass? He should have never had the job." Hate to say it, guys. I don't have any problems with Joe Barry today.
I don't really either. The first touchdown they had, I mean, that was just a miscommunication by Campbell and Johnson, and then a horrible tackle attempt.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know either.
He went like for a hug, and then he left like
if I go like this, like a toddler, maybe he'll go down.
Uppies.
Okay, but here's the thing. First of all, we're talking about Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen. We're not talking about Mark Rippon and whoever you want to pair him with.
True.
This is Herbert and Keenan Allen, one of the best quarterback wide receiver duos in the NFL. Like you can check their stats. They are fucking good.
I mean, that touchdown that Herbert threw, dude, was
he ripped.
That was a laser,
today. There's no denying that Justin Herbert's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
The Packers held a pretty good offense to 20 points again. So that on its own, you're not completely shutting down Keenan Allen. He's too good for that. Not to mention the Packers are playing with backups, practice squad, and rookie players all over their secondary.
Yeah.
20 points. One of them on a busted play, one of them on a play that Justin Herbert ripped a touchdown. And I hold that Preston Smith was held on that play.
I do too.
Then Packers got a turnover in the red zone. Shout out Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark forced a turnover in the red zone. The Packers got a 3-and-out after taking the lead back. Got a sack on third down with the lead. Then, with the game in the balance, Kenny Clark again batted a ball down at the line. Kenny Clark might have had the biggest improvement from last week to this week.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
So you look, I mean.
Well, look at that other fumble that they recovered, too, on that final drive. Kenny Clark got a huge jump off that.
Yeah.
He was like running past the ball. He was like 2 yards past the ball.
Yeah. Carrington Valentine credited with 3 passes defensed. I mean, you look at the game. Just look at the game. Literally the last 2 possessions, the Packers defense. Stop. I get that there's times where things happen. But you can't only say that the negative things mean guys should be fired, and then when good things happen, it's in spite of the coordinator. You can't only pin the negativity on the coordinator and then pin the positivity on the players, and never vice versa.
Right.
And we talked about this the other day, that it's a collective. So Kenny Clark's probably going to end up being one of the stars of the game. Bryant put in here, last 3 games for Jordan Love, 839 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks, and a 64 completion percentage.
Jeez.
Bryant also brought up that we said on the show on Friday night that if you shut down Eckler and let Allen cook but not go crazy, that's exactly what happened. And you look at it, Eckler had a pretty good yards per carry. He had 10 carries for 64 yards. That's a pretty good yards per carry. Keenan Allen, 10 for 116 and a touchdown. That's a pretty big game. However, he was targeted 16 times. Herbert threw the ball 36 times, 16 of them to Keenan Allen. That's almost half of his targets.
Jesus.
Parham had 6, Johnson had 6, nobody else more than 3. Keenan Allen was targeted 16 times, bro. That's wild.
That is wild.
That's prime Devontae Adams target numbers.
Yeah, it is.
So, yes, Keenan Allen was going to eat. And again, Keenan Allen wasn't getting shut down. It just wasn't happening. You got to try to contain him. You're not stopping players like Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen completely. But I will say holding that offense to 20 points is a W. And obviously it resulted in a W. The offense did enough. Whereas you look at some of these games with the Packers, the Broncos, the Raiders, those games, the defense held their own. You flip those 2 games, the Steelers last week with the backwards pass that wasn't called backwards, that's 3 W's the Packers could have if the offense that they had today had been playing back then. But it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And that's what happens with a ton of young players. So Taylor said, what about Brooks? He's the definition of a steal. I love Carl Brooks. And we wouldn't. Kai asked what the betting line was. A Chargers receiver drops a panic with 1 minute out, being hit wide open, just drop it.
Are you really doing this right now?
Yeah.
Are you really doing this? I'm not doing this, dude. It's not scripted. It's not fake. I'm not doing this.
Yes, I'm sure they would love to script a game for a Los Angeles team to end in a loss to the smallest market in the NFL.
I'm not doing this. Why are we doing this? This is so stupid. I hate this shit.
But I'm going to go back to the rookies because this is really what I want to come down to is we talked about giving time to these young players to come along and to talk about rookies today. Darian said I'd like to see Jaden Reed get used in our offense more often given his game today. Jaden Reed I said it this morning on the pregame show. Jaden Reed is probably our best offensive player this year. You can go back and look at it from the pregame show. I said that Jaden Reed might be our offensive MVP of the season so far.
I don't know. I'm kind of starting to get on board with Brian. Say Zach Tom, dude. He's been going against a lot of really good players.
Yeah, Zach Tom has been very, very good.
Yeah.
He did get beat by Khalil Mack on the fumble, but he was the one that fell on the ball. So we got
Khalil
that.
Mack's been around a while. He's pretty good.
Well, yes. I'm not saying that.
Tom didn't get beat by Khalil Mack on that play.
Oh, that was Walker. You're right.
That was Walker.
Bad. Yep, you're right. My bad. Okay, so rookies. Jaden Reed led the team in rushing. Like I said, 3 carries for 46 yards and a touchdown. Okay, just look at this. So the Packers are so young, it's just nuts. Looking at the leading receivers, rookie, second year, rookie, A.J. Dillon, rookie, second year, rookie, and Malik Heath and Aaron Jones. Dontavian Wicks, 3 for 91, rookie. Romeo Dobbs, 5 for 53 and a touchdown, second year. Jaden Reed, 4 for 46, rookie. Tucker Kraft, 2 for 32, rookie. A.J. Dillon, 4 for 32. Luke Musgrave, 4 for 28, rookie. Christian Watson, 2 for 21 and a touchdown, second year. Emmanuel Wilson, 1 for 9, rookie. Like, this is such a young team.
Darian, you should have been here on Friday night, man.
Brett said, guys thinking of Bill Michaels saying Packers aren't winning. Brett, go light up his comments section. Go light it up. Brian said he talked about it on Friday, too, between him and Dobbs. Dobbs' strong hands showed at least 3 times today, especially on the touchdown.
Yeah.
Guys making hands catches is huge. Darian said, I feel like even Tucker Kraft may have had his coming out game as well. Man, he was so close. He should have cut that just inside just a little bit, because then when he makes that hurdle, if he stays in bounds, man, I said it on Twitter, that might have been the touchdown of the year.
He showed some light feet for a big man, though. I like it.
Brett said, I bet he'll go on his radio cast and say Love had a lucky game or something. Love with that dime throw. Man. Yeah, you got to be pretty lucky to go 27 for 40 for 322 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interception.
Yeah, what a bum.
Sounds lucky.
He's not the guy.
Definition of luck.
We got to draft a quarterback.
Tank for Caleb. We shouldn't have even won this game. We had no business winning this game.
Yep.
Clearly sarcasm for anybody who's watching this for the first time. Okay. So let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Jake, you kind of talked about it a little bit already. You mentioned it briefly, but 3rd and 6 for the Packers to run the ball. What do you think about that decision making?
Yeah, the Packers. Yep.
The what?
The Packers ran the ball and gave the ball back to the Chargers.
Oh, I mean,
wasted their timeouts.
You have a defense that's been playing really well this year, right? And obviously there was, he sticks up for Joe Barry a lot. So for him to hand the game over to Joe Barry, basically in that moment, was massive. So congratulations to that, because it looks smart. But I want to talk about my favorite defensive play of the game. Anthony Johnson Jr. absolutely destroyed that tight end. Oh my God.
And he did it. He did it legally too. They're like, how is that not a flag? I'm like, if you look at it, that was shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder, dude. And you want to know what? That's the kind of stuff I was talking about. But I tell my kids, man,
right.
Make them feel you. Let me tell you something, because when he goes over the middle again, he's going to be thinking, oh, shit, what if that man's there again? He didn't like that.
Douglas said we'll take the ugly W. A W is a W.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Bryant brought up Love had one bad throw today that sticks out, the one to Musgrave. Other than that, it was an outstanding game. I agree. I mean, Jordan Love, the second half, he started 9 for 9. His first incompletion was a ball that got batted down at the line. His second incompletion was a drop to Dontavian Wicks. And then the third one is on that one that he missed to Musgrave, which the last couple of weeks we've been talking about it. Maybe Love is just putting a little bit too much touch on the ball. That one, he needed just a little bit of touch. And then it'll just being just outside the reach of Luke Musgrave.
Man, dude, he would have had 300 yards at that moment right there if he hits Musgrave. Because he was like 40-some yards away. I don't remember. But Musgrave's going for at least 40 with how fast he is, dude. And there was nobody near him.
Yeah, you're looking at probably like one-on-one with a safety, and if he makes that guy miss, we're scoring like an 80-yard touchdown.
Dude, I was like, please, I want to see him just open it up one time. Just open up, just go crazy. I wanted to see how fast he was.
Brian said he wasn't a fan of the 3rd and 6 play, but I'd rather have the throw come on 2nd down, a tight end rollout where you can just fall inbounds if it doesn't work is what I would have liked.
You know what I would have wanted
play to win the game against an offense that can be explosive.
You know what I wanted them to do on that 2nd down was fake the handoff and have Love roll out opposite and just like kind of see if there's a pass there and then just try to run it. I would have loved to see Love try to run it. You just got to make sure that he knows like to stay in bounds, because then you keep the clock running and you give yourself a chance to pick up a cheap first down. You know what I mean?
So I want to bring up a play. It was like their second possession, I think. The Packers they go to run the ball on first down, and AJ Dillon gets like immediately hit. Benny Sims ran into him on the play. They brought it up on the broadcast, and some people were saying it on Twitter that was a failed flea flicker, that they were going to try a flea flicker, and people were like, "Oh, I don't want to run all these trick plays, all these gadget plays." Like, you got to mix it up. You got all these young players, like, mix it up, have some fun. Like we've talked about, feels like 10 weeks now, where people are like, "Oh, LaFleur's play calling is stagnant. His play calling is predictable. It's boring," and then you don't want him to do things that are unpredictable. What do you want?
They just want to say whatever the hell's on their mind. I don't know.
It's just the constant negativity. It's like, what does it benefit you? There's nothing. Even if you end up being right, like, oh, the Packers aren't going to win this game because of this defensive play. Even if you end up being right, do you feel good about yourself?
No.
Yes, because they were right.
Cody said, is Love supposed to call plays outside Love's skill set? It's an interesting question, actually. I would say a little bit. Like, I don't want to be conservative as far as Jordan Love is concerned, but obviously you want to, like, push the boundaries, I would say.
Well, I always see people complaining when we throw it deep. It's like, dude, you have to throw it deep.
Exactly.
Even if we don't complete it, now the defense is like, they might bomb one on us, so you can't just be sitting at that 5-yard mark. Because what if you leave a guy wide open and that's an easy touchdown, you know?
And to Brian's point, one of Brian's keys was hitting the layups. I think Jordan Love hit all of his layups today.
Except the Musgrave one. That was a layup.
I don't know if that's a layup.
Dude, he was wide open.
That's a layup.
That's a layup.
Adam said Love is improving and showing more confidence each game. You can tell he's more comfortable as well. I think that's 100% true. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on Love over the last about 3 games.
He definitely looks more confident. I can agree to that. Now he just has to, as he's gaining more confidence and, understanding the defenses more and, all the nuances of the game, he has to get the footwork back, because a couple times I thought he was a little bit off balance.
Yeah, that's what happened on the Musgrave one.
Yeah, he didn't have to. And some of them he completed the throw. Well, I was like, bro, you're making that way too hard on yourself. Like, just set yourself. But, the clock's running real fast, man. It's a fast game. Yep. So, other than that, I mean, that's just nitpicking. But I think Love's been tremendous the last couple of weeks.
Cody said, I'd like to see Love improve on those shoulder catches on the sideline. Yeah, I agree. That's just one of those things where we hope he gets more opportunities. That's one of those things that doesn't happen very often, because if it does, it's usually a broken coverage, or you're trying to squeeze it in between a cornerback and a safety in zone coverage.
True.
So this is also the first time. Often, so it's just going to be one of those things where he needs more reps, in games to try to have more opportunities to complete those throws. What I'll say with Jordan Love and his improvement is, I think each week over the last couple of weeks, he's being more decisive. I think is what it is for me.
True.
He's not, he's seeing one receiver open and he's zipping it in there. He's not like looking like, oh, maybe there's a guy open for a bigger play. It's just that guy's open, get him the ball.
True.
So I like that from Love. I brought up Dontavian Wicks. He did have the one drop, but man, he ran some good routes today. The one that he had in the middle of the field, he had the linebacker absolutely lost. He ran like right to the G, slammed on the brakes, turned around, and Love just zipped that shit right in there. That was like a 30-yard gain.
Yeah.
And then the one later on in the game, this was 2 or 3 plays after the drop that he had, makes a catch about 6 yards past the line of scrimmage, gets hit by 2 guys at the same time, stays on his feet, and takes off.
I'll tell you what, if this Packers team ever figures out how to run the ball again, they're going to be dangerous. Because Love is improving, the tight ends are improving, everybody's just getting better and better. They need to get the run game going, though.
I hope that Aaron Jones is okay, and Joey Bosa too. Like, obviously, we don't want to see players injured.
Yeah.
I hope Aaron Jones is okay, but based on how he looked on the cart, it didn't look good. And if that's the case, I want to see the Packers bring somebody in.
Probably re-sign James Robinson.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, not a ton of options out there, unfortunately.
No.
But A.J. Dillon is so much better as a change of pace back. And it's not even that he's necessarily a backup running back. He's just better as a change of pace guy.
Yeah.
Like, I love A.J. Dillon, but I don't think he's built to be a number one running back.
No, he's not a number one. He's a good complimentary guy. He's been better the last couple weeks.
Exactly. Cody said our secondary is so depleted that they don't even get a video introduction. Yep, and they should also be shutting down Keenan Allen at all times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's. I mean, anything you guys want to say on the secondary? I mean, you're looking at Ballantyne, Jonathan Owens, who I think is actually in contention for underrated performer of this week. Anthony Johnson Jr. I mean, there's rookies all over the place, and then some practice squad guys and one veteran.
Go ahead, Simon. What do you got?
I mean, I don't know. I just from how injured and depleted our secondary is, I don't think they're playing terrible. I think they every now and then they make some good plays. I mean, Valentine's been, inconsistent, but he's a 7th round rookie player. But he gets his hands in there. He's a little feisty, very energetic, talks a little trash. Like that's the stuff you like seeing guys do.
Dan, I'm going to be honest with you. Free agent running back market is thin. I mean, you're looking at
not good. I was just looking at it.
You're looking at bringing back veterans. I mean, Michael Carter just got released from the Jets. That could be an option. I'll throw that out there. Otherwise, you're really looking at a lot of veteran guys.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, this is pretty thin. Leonard Fournette might be out there. I don't know if the Bills still have him on their practice squad or not.
I don't know.
I mean, J.D. McKissick maybe.
Gross.
Yeah, I know it's gross. There's Michael Carter might be one of the guys there.
This is terrible.
It's bad. It's really thin for free agent running back. Adam said the block extra point last week against Pittsburgh and the missed one this week hurts. Forced us to have to get a touchdown both games, and this game they came through. Yeah, it happens. Cody said Taylor on speed dial. Yeah. But, Patrick Taylor, I mean, I don't know. He signed up for a week, I guess.
Didn't he go to someone else's practice squad? He's on
Yes, but if the Packers want to put him on their active roster, they can.
Yeah. But on that note of scoring a touchdown, I mean, this is what we wanted from Jordan Love. He's put in a position where the team's behind by 4 points, so they have to go down and score a touchdown and take the lead, and that's exactly what he does. And these are the types of steps forward that we want this team to take, and that's why we'll never root for draft picks. Because we want that.
Anyways,
what?
The draft is a crapshoot, anyways.
Yeah, that's true. That's also
having
true.
The higher up picks just guarantees you that you get your guy more often.
Yeah,
Patrick Taylor's in the Patriots practice squad.
That's right.
Hold on, here we go. I got an update on Aaron Jones. Matt LaFleur says he doesn't believe Aaron Jones' knee injury is long term.
Oh, nice. Okay. I mean, he's probably not looking good for Thanksgiving though.
Because it would be nice to just be able to progress. Yeah, Adam said well said, and it's looking at it. Yeah, Jordan Love too. Okay, so it's going to be tough if we don't have Aaron Jones. I shouldn't even say next week. It'll be on Thursday against the Lions. The Lions completed a comeback win against the Bears today. The Bears are horrible. All of the things that Packers fans say about the Packers when they're being super negative, those are actually true about the Bears. So that's that. Other than that, thanks everybody for tuning in with us for a little bit. We will be live on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Central Time. We're going to recap this game in full. Brian will be back with us for that. and then we're going to preview the Packers matchup with the Lions on Thanksgiving Day. So I will see you guys Tuesday night.